Hey guys, thanks for tuning back into the channel. So today we have a meta matchup for you guys. Jewelry Bonney and Lucci, both coming from OP07 and both proving that they deserve to be at the top of this format. I personally think that Lucci is a little bit stronger, but Bonney showing that she can top many events in the West as of right now, so definitely can't leave her out of it. Not sure which side actually has the edge here, or if the matchup is 50-50, just because with the Rosinante build and the 5-drop Monkey D Luffy preventing Bonnie's characters from being KO'd, I feel like that actually helps against any black matchup that she may struggle with. So yeah, this match here looks like Lamb swings in for 8 early on, and that connects, and then Chase swinging in for 5 and dropping the Arouge on curve. Really good for Bonney to see this card. I think this card is just perfect for Bonney. Being able to restand that 1 Dawn every turn means that she can play on curve. And so here, Lucci swings 5 into lead, milling 2, and reducing the Arouge by 1 here. So I think, yeah, Chase didn't actually block. He was just deciding whether or not he should. But I think the right play is to just let Lamb waste his removal on the board, just because the taller bodies is the ones, or are the ones that you really want to protect. Arouge getting KO'd early on is not really a big deal. And so Lamb dropping down the Sabo is really good, just because that means that he probably doesn't have too much KO in hand. And yeah, looks like he's just trying to filter as much as he can here to dig for some KO targets. Really unfortunate for Lucci, just because no stage and no Lucci or Brook means that he really can't compete with the pressure that Bonnie's putting on the board here. And going Cavendish, even really applying a bunch of pressure to the Lucci here, and swinging in 8 to lead, and that connects. So Lamb just showing his hand here. Looks like he has no removal cards at all, and that means that Bonney is really safe at the moment. And I think especially with only 7 Dawn to work with, he's not even able to play down his Gecko or Ishos. And so here, I think he's just gonna play down the Khalifa in order to see if he can find any answers for his following turns. He does have the 8-drop Sabo. It's just unfortunate that he is on odds, and so playing on curve for him is really difficult as well, because Lucci loves being on evens. But takes a really slow turn here, swinging in 10 at lead. I think he preferred to mill over getting the extra 1k off of the Sabo swing, especially with a blocker on board. Eating that swing definitely was the right play. And at this point, it looks like Bonney is in a commanding position this game. She wasn't really pressured at all, And so making it to the late game means that she's able to probably start popping off here on her 8 Dawn turn. Dropping down the Rosinante is huge, and also being able to cheat out the Bonney in order to stun the Sabo and keep him from being untapped. And so here I think he swung 6 at lead with the Cavendish, which means that Lamb is forced to give him a 2k here, and with the restanded Dawn, swinging in 6 with his leader as well. I think Lamb is reading Rosinante here. If you guys didn't know, he actually protects 5 cost characters from being KO'd by effects, and this is base cost 5, so even if they get reduced, they still cannot be KO'd. And so I think here he decides what to do, whether to Gecko or Isho, but it's a really tough call just because I think his grave is still lacking Rob Lucci's or Brooks, so he's not really able to counter off at all. But I mean, good news for him, his Isho is able to rip out a Zoro out of the Bonney's hand here, and Zoro being one of the largest threats in her deck is pretty good news for him. But without any removal, it's really tough for the Rob Lucci to really do anything here. Maybe the right play was to actually swing in with his leader and actually reduce the Rosinante and pop it with the Sabo here. But I think his plan was to use the Isho's reduction in order to get a good crackback next turn. But this is a really big turn here, being able to drop a second Arouge, Cavendish swinging in 7 at the Sabo. Just looks like the Lucci is losing way too much tempo here. Restanding the Cavendish with the Trafalgar Law 5-drop. Swinging in again for 7. Restanding 2 more Dawn. Honestly, I think the Bonney can just push and put him at 0 at this point. Force him to give him all the cards in his hand to defend. Because with this many 7k swings and a 9k swing, there's just no way that the Rob Lucci can counter out. I think he's checking his graveyard to see if he has any outs. But yeah, I think at this point, just no removal cards in the early stages of the game means that Lucci is rendered useless against the board presence of Bonney. So he's deciding what to do here. I'm not sure if he has any outs anymore. But even if he popped the Rosinante last turn, I think the pressure would still be there. Just he wouldn't have a Rosinante on board anymore. Yeah, so the Tempest Kick comes out, reducing the Rosinante by 3. So now he is a 5 cost. Which makes him Sabo range, but just not sure if that's enough here. So he taps 1 in order to probably play out another Tempest Kick. If I were to guess, maybe dig for another counter. Looks like he's really slim on counters too. And honestly, at this point, writing's on the wall here. and he has 1 down remaining. He's probably just gonna swing in with the Isho to take care of the Cavendish. And yeah, scoops it up just because Bonney can swing in super heavy. So Bonney takes it over Lucci here. Really tough not seeing any removals, but hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe to support the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.